Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles, and I have a bit of a treat for you today. Our first replay, that's right, I'm showing you two replays because the first one is a bit short, but, well, it features the looks, the world's cutest tank, so it's all good. Wait, what's that? Speak up at the back, Sonny. My ears aren't what they used to be. The Chaffee? The Chaffee's cuter than the looks? Oh, that's fighting talk, sunshine. Don't come round here with your Chaffee, with its fake, insincere smile and its Hollywood good looks. You know where you stand with the looks. With the Chaffee, you never know whether he's shaking your hand because he likes you or he just wants to get an endorsement for his book deal. You can't trust these Hollywood types. With the looks, you know where you stand. It's a good, honest German tank. I mean, look at it. It's like somebody took a Panzer III and squashed it between two double-decker buses. Driving the looks for us today is Archie Backer, and this is dream matchmaking for a Tier 4 light tank. We're here on Sand River, and he's just made contact with his first enemy. It's one of them T-28s. You know, it's funny actually, but when I was in Sweden, somebody in the crowd pressed a card on me, saying that he'd played thousands of games in his T-28, absolutely adores the thing, and has had some amazing games in it, and handed me his card and said, get in touch. There were no contact details on the card. So, yeah, sorry. That sort of thing does happen a lot more often than you might expect. Anyway, here's that long reload on the 30mm autocannon on the looks. Oh, crap. Ramming speed? You must be joking. He nearly toppled over. The Stuart missed. Look at the reload, though. This is the price you pay for having 90mm of penetration on a Tier 4 light tank. This little bugger could penetrate the KV-2 from the front. Of course, you don't want to be sitting in front of a KV-2 if you're in the looks. Don't get carried away by the 90mm of penetration. It is an autocannon. An autocannon penetration falls off rapidly over distance. This thing is not a sniper by any stretch of the imagination. It's more of a drive-by assassin. You scream past an enemy tank at full speed, lock on with auto-aim, and just empty the autocannon into them at point-blank range, and then get the hell out of there. While he's still lying stunned, wondering what the hell hit him. Here you go. There's the autocannon at range. Little UE... My god, he actually hit him. Tiny little UE-57 just... But. It's not a sniper at all. This is a close-range gun. But it's a lovely, lovely close-range gun. The only limitation, of course, being the very, very long reload. But once you've done that drive-by, you just scream out of there just as quickly as you charged in. This is an incredibly fast and manoeuvrable little tank. And while this gorgeous little tank is definitely not a sniper, you can, if you have to, achieve respectable results with this thing at range, providing you do it right. And Archie's going to demonstrate for us, just as he slows down to avoid going airborne and killing himself on the other side of that little ridge. And he's going to start shooting at the UE-57. Now, he doesn't just hold the trigger down and blaze away, because with the amount of reticle bloom that this 30mm gun suffers every time you pull the trigger, the first shot might hit, but the rest would go all over the place. Instead, he takes his time, and he allows the aiming reticle to settle. And as a result, the UE-57 is putting his little French ass out of there on 2 health. Very, very lucky to survive. But Archie wants that kill. Now you'll note the enemy team are capping at the moment, and the UE-57 was seen heading up that way, but he's doubled back. There he is. Where do you think you're going, Jean-Claude? And this guy's like, what? Leave me alone, you big German bastard. So, yes, enemy team is camping. The scores are dead even. Somebody is going to have to get into that cap circle and do some resetting, and I know just the looks for the job. Watch this. You are not going to believe it. Panzer 2G. Oh crap, a Hetzer. Unloads into the Hetzer. Ammunition empty. Drives right past the front of the Chiha, rams the Panzer 3J to death, and then casually tucks himself behind a building on 27 health while he reloads. Look at this lot. Look at the... They're not even paying... Really? Reloads, kills the Chiha, who didn't even turn around. I mean... There's still 2 of them in the cap circle, and one of them does appear, it's the AMX-38, to have realised that there's a looks right behind them. Meanwhile, the Panzer IIG's going, hang on, weren't there 5 of us here a minute ago? And he kills him too. The AMX-38, perhaps alerted by the sound of gunfire, comes over to investigate. Yeah, Archie's not interested in getting shot by the AMX-38. He only has 27 health remaining. Instead, he's just going to spot him and let his team do the heavy lifting. Unbelievable. Those weren't even bots, by the way. Those were players. Bots would have been better than that. They would have turned their turrets and fired their guns. So anyway, Archie Backer. In the world's cutest tank, the Panzer II Lux. You see, only the Lux can get away with things like that. The Chaffee could never have pulled that off, because the second he drove into the cap circle, all the paparazzi would have jumped out of the bushes and started taking pictures, and all the tanks in the cap circle would have been, oh, it's a Chaffee, I must get his autograph, and then shot him. Today's second replay is Dave, once again, in the T-34-85 Rudy. His name's not Dave Jingles. Yes, it is. Go on, Jingles, say his name. Nope. I'm not even going to try. He's Dave. Dave is in his premium Tier 6 Polish medium tank in a Tier 7 battle on Westfield. He started in your traditional medium tank position down in the valley, and he's going to head for the hill over on the far eastern side of the map, which is a decent spot. It's where the mediums usually go to mix it up. There's a T-34-85M over there. I don't even know what the hell that is. When did that appear in World of Tanks? A quick perusal of the World of Tanks wiki tells me that it has better frontal armour than a standard T-34-85, but reduced rear armour. And I think I remember reading about this tank, the real thing, not the World of Tanks T-34-85M. Production was discontinued because all the weight at the front meant that the suspension couldn't handle it. Well, anyway, Dave continues to the ridgeline, and, well, he was about to continue to the ridgeline when a very, very fat, juicy Soviet tank destroyer got spotted on the opposite ridge, so he stops to put some shots into him because, hey, why the hell not? First one connected, second one looks like it connected, and he pops one off on the move. Hey, you never know. Probably didn't hit, but the second shot almost certainly did. Now, the T-34-85 Rudy does actually have surprisingly good view range for a Soviet medium tank. It's got 15 metres more than the T-34-85 and the T-34-85M. It's got 5 metres more than the Cromwell and only 5 metres less than the Sherman Easy-8, which means he is able to spot this Panzer IV sitting right at the extreme limit of his 365 metre view range. He was tracked. Is he still there? Let's find out. Oh, yes, he was, and there's his first kill. Actually, Jingles, that was a Panzer III/4. Yeah, all right. It's a Panzer, it's dead, it doesn't matter. Dave did not get spotted, and looking at the minimap, there's no evidence so far of any other enemy tanks approaching from the south. Oh, hold on. Oh, yes, there is. It's a pesky little Cromwell. Nope, pulled back over the ridge just in time to avoid getting shot. Now, while we're all sitting here concentrating on this pesky little Cromwell, just have a look at the scores. They've lost 4 tanks, and Dave's the only member of his team who's managed to kill anything, as well as doing a substantial amount of damage to other tanks. He has a quick look around, then back to the Cromwell, and I think Dave's starting to get that sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach as the rest of his team is collapsing on the other end of the map. And that's when he spots the Panzer IV-H. Now watch this. Oh, I'm hit, I'm spotted. There's a nice little ridge there I can duck behind, but no, instead he decides that we'll just drive into the open, right across the middle of the field, and meets a very, very predictable fate. And this poor Su-152 just has not had any luck whatsoever. Now he's tracked, spotted, in the open. Dave nails him. Congratulations, Dave, you now have 2/3 of your team's kills. But it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better. Now, Dave is quite comfortable in this bush. You might argue that perhaps he should be pushing forward at this point. The Cromwell is making a run. Dave has not yet been spotted the entire game. Didn't give enough lead with the first shot. The second shot, however, slams right into the side of the Cromwell, takes his tracks off, and he obviously has either used a repair kit or is too cheap to pack one, and he's dead too. And oh, are you serious? What is an OI experimental doing up here? He's probably just arrived at the top of the hill and dies instantly. Dave spots a KV-2 on low health. Gets a very lucky kill there. Didn't even wait for the gun to aim, but it flew true to the target. Dave is now on 5 kills. The rest of the team combined have managed one between them, and 9 of them are dead. It's not looking very good. If there was a time to push forward out of this bush, it is long gone. They're outnumbered nearly 2 to 1. Oh, that was a lucky shot on the T-25-2. Hit him at high speed. Took his tracks off. It looks like he's been tracked again, and he's just sitting there waiting to die. And unfortunately for Dave, that one went into his tracks, did no damage, and somebody else got the kill. Right now, he's got enemy tanks closing in on his position from all sides. They've just lost another one. They now only have 3 actual tanks remaining and 2 artillery. There's another KV-2. He's just got the shot there. Unlucky not to re-track him, but he gets taken out anyway. Artillery, fully aware that their days are numbered, are, well, the GW Panther was just a little bit too slow evacuating the cap circle there. Dave heads back to try to reset the cap. T-29 spotted. Nope, didn't let it aim, sailed right over the back of the engine deck. But there's a nice little bush here. And hello, oh, this is going to be a tough target. He switched to the APCR to shoot at the Black Prince. Why is he holding his fire? Why isn't he taking the shot? The penetration indicator's green. Well, yeah, it is, but the penetration indicator only takes into account the thickness of the armour. It does not take into account angling or sloping. And the Black Prince is not just a very heavily armoured tank, it's also, approaching at that kind of angle, going to be next to impossible to penetrate, and the news just keeps getting worse. It's another very heavily armoured tank, a Mark 7 Churchill. You can kill the T-29 at that kind of angle though, and he does. Did he get spotted? He did get spotted. Is everybody pre-aimed at this location? Yes, they were. There's only 2 of them left. There's nowhere else for them to be. They have to be on the top of this ridge. The T-34-85M has managed to kill the Churchill Mark 7, and he's sitting there waiting for the Black Prince, but he, like Dave, is going to have a hard time penetrating him from the front, and every time he fires, they're going to give their position away to artillery. And the artillery are the big problem here. The Black Prince is not interested in capping. He's lumbering his way up the hill to try to catch them. Now, he's never going to catch a pair of Soviet medium tanks unless he knows something they don't, like, for example, where's that AMX-M4? And yes, he's coming from the other side. Dave's been spotted, he's sitting there waiting. Dave is lucky enough to get an unaimed shot into him. The AMX-M4 misses the return fire. Now watch what Dave does here. He knows that he's caught between 2 heavy tanks, so he manoeuvres to put the hill between himself and the AMX-M4. Now he's not spotted anymore. The AMX-M4 is a one-shot. He's got to get as much distance between himself and that Black Prince as possible. He needs to kill the AMX-M4, nail the artillery, and then he can turn around and deal with the Black Prince. Now the AMX-M4 is almost certainly ducked behind a ridge and a bush, and he's just waiting for Dave to pop up again. And Dave is going to pop up again, but he wasn't expecting to see him from that kind of angle. And credit to enemy artillery, they were paying attention. Look at that. They anticipated what Dave was going to do, even if the AMX-M4 didn't. The T-34-85M has also realised that with artillery primed and ready to go, it's not a good idea to be sitting in a bush waiting to get spotted by the Black Prince. He's come down to back him up. They found the M41, one shot into him. Dave's on auto aim, he's circling him. He's not stopping because there are 2 other artillery, and the Black Prince could by now be on a position on top of the ridge to maybe put shots at him. But where are the other 2 artillery? They've got to be around here somewhere. Yep, there's one of them shooting at him, but from where? He must be spotted. What, they have to be in line of sight. There's the Griller. Puts one shot into him, pulls back, Griller fires, misses. Can he get the kill? Yes, he can. Where's the GW Panther? Suddenly, it's 2 on 2. You've got a pair of fast medium tanks against artillery and a very slow and badly damaged British heavy tank. Suddenly, this game isn't looking quite like such a loss. Got a pretty good idea where the Black Prince is going to be, but I'm guessing Dave would feel a lot more comfortable if he knew where that GW Panther was. There he is. Oh crap, his gun's pointing this way. Let's not take any chances, Dave. Don't stop to aim. Let the T-34-85 give him a dose of surprise butt sex, and then steal the kill. And now, all they have to do is deal with the Black Prince. The best way to do that is have one of these 2 tanks sit in the cap circle and have the other one try to get into a flanking position. Now, the T-34-85M has less health, so Dave's telling him to sit in the cap circle. That's going to force the hand of the Black Prince. He's going to have to come back and deal with him, otherwise he's going to lose to being capped. Dave, on the other hand, he's got the APCR loaded, and he's expecting this guy to be coming down from the hill, so he's put himself in a position, in concealment, because he's not stupid, where hopefully he can get flanking shots into the Black Prince's line of approach. Because even with APCR, you really don't want to be shooting at the front of a Black Prince if you can possibly help it. T-3485 is in the cap circle. Now the Black Prince has no choice. But it's been a while since this guy got spotted, which means it's unlikely that he's making the obvious approach from the top of the hill. And sure enough, here he comes. Now, this Black Prince is nobody's fool. He's looking at the bushes where he's expecting the flanking attack to come from, and that's when the T-3485M starts shooting him up with high explosive to get his attention. He's blown his tracks off. Dave's looking for the weak spot at the front, but just then the Black Prince gets his tracks up again, and the angle is no longer good. He starts pulling back, looking for the shot at the side as more high explosive fire comes in from the T-3485M, and then he gets spotted. The Black Prince immediately shifts his fire to him because he understands that the threat from the flank is much more dangerous. The first shot misses. Dave takes a hit, but now the Black Prince is tracked. He finally has the side shot he was looking for, and he nails him for his 11th kill. Not a bad day's work, Dave, in the T-3485 Rudy Premium Tier 6 Polish medium tank. Look at that score. Yeah, not bad. It'll do. Good enough for government work. That's it for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.